4 inches of rain in less than an hour. How often does that happen?
So the unofficial word of this is at least a 1 in 100 year storm, possibly even longer than that, 1 in 1,000. Now, of course, we're just going to keep digesting these numbers. It's actually hard to comprehend at this point, but when we think back to Lee and some of the flooding we saw in 2011, this is comparable. I mean, it's obviously Lee lasted for a lot longer with a lot more rain, but 4.71 inches in one day on top of rainfall from yesterday. The previous record for this date was 4 inches. So again, this is the official number coming in from HIA, but I have seen reports of higher, closer to 5 inches, even over 5 inches of rain in parts of York County, northern Dauphin County. So you get the picture, but the fact that it hit the airport now makes it certainly historical in terms of putting a number to this. But check this out. This is even more remarkable. 4 inches and a quarter in 1 hour alone. And that's what led to all this flash flooding. That's all it really takes. When you get over 2 or 3 inches of rain, that can lead to flash flooding, but this was even more. So again, the numbers are just staggering here at this point in terms of how much rainfall. Over 2.5 inches officially in Hummelstown on our WeatherNet sites. Fawn Grove, about 2.5 inches. York, Loysville, close to 2 inches. And again, this is just adding on from yesterday. So some of the same places that got hit heavily got hit again here today. So when we look at radar now, things are not done. I wish I could say the entire night's going to be dry, but that's not the case. We have one complex here going over parts of Mifflin, Juniata, Perry, northern Dauphin County, heading toward Northumberland. Another bigger complex to the southwest of that over parts of Altoona, the Laurel Highlands, parts of Franklin County, Huntington County, and then another area of rain still trying to sneak through Lancaster County. So let's break this down a little bit more. This is some of the heavier rainfall over Fulton and Franklin counties. That's going to continue to advance east here tonight. This is not the same type of heavy rain we saw earlier today, but again, it will add on to some of those higher totals. This area of rainfall at least keeps moving north at a fairly good clip, but even this moving at 20 to 30 miles per hour could lead to some problems in northern Dauphin and Northumberland counties. And then finally, Lancaster County, the eastern half, seeing this little batch of rainfall coming through, but again, some heavier periods of rain toward Quarryville possible. This map just shows how much rainfall we accumulated. Again, the hot spots in parts of York, Dauphin, southern Dauphin, and northern Dauphin counties. Again, some flooding in York County. Again, over 3 inches of rain just west of York towards areas like Dover. 4 inches of rain in this bullseye in southern Dauphin County, and then again northern Dauphin County. You can see where the problems came from. Over 4 inches of rainfall there. So I mentioned the rainfall coming through now. There will be additional areas of showers and storms here tonight, so we will be on guard for any more potential flooding issues as we move into the nighttime hours. Well, how about tomorrow? A little bit of sunshine, we could see even more thunderstorms pop up. So we're nowhere done with this forecast, unfortunately, because of how much flash flooding there was today. We could add on to that problem here tomorrow. But again, the rainfall amounts we saw were unprecedented for how quickly it came and the flash flooding it produced. So we're not talking about those types of numbers again, but it's always just the adding on. Like I keep saying, you know, once we see that amount of rainfall, it has nowhere to go, and we add more on top of that, we could see some recurring issues.
Hey, the information you gave kept a lot of people safe tonight. So
I really
thanks
hope
to you,
so. Yeah,
we were ready for this.
Right, and no reports of injuries, which I really like to see. There were numerous roads closed, but hopefully mid-staters, you're all smart enough. Turn around. Don't drown. Stay safe, everybody, tonight.
Always a good message. Thanks, Dan.
Looks like things are moving west from like Cumberland up to like Schuylkill and just hitting everybody in between.
Exactly, and that's the big problem here, Mike, that more and more places seeing this heavy rain. It's a Friday. Does that mean heavy rain is a must now here in central Pennsylvania after last week, this week, and actually tonight was looking pretty quiet until this line started up.
I think it might be 3 weeks in a row, Dan.
It might be. And take a look at this video earlier of some of the heavier rain. So that was at least maybe round 2 or 3 moving through parts of Harrisburg, Dauphin County, into Lebanon County. So now we're seeing much more of this, but this time around it's at night. And again, this line of showers and storms, as Mike just mentioned, extending all the way from parts of extreme eastern Schuylkill County down through 81, back toward Carlisle, down through Blaine and northern Franklin County. And notice it's barely sinking south, and it's training from west to east. And when I say training, that just means the heavy rain is just kind of repeating over the same places over and over again. So unfortunately, the places like northern Dauphin County that have already been hit with heavy rain earlier tonight received more, and we do have some flooding reports out of northern Dauphin County north of Millersburg. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's more local creeks and streams after the past couple of weeks. Probably can't handle much more than this inch or 2 inches of rain that we're seeing. So Jonestown, Anvil, Fayetteville, Lebanon, Myerstown, all within these areas of dark red and yellow. Some very heavy rain. Here at the station, we've had on and off periods of torrential rain coming down. So that's all through parts of central Dauphin County. Again, slowly sinking south, but barely. So we'll keep watching that area of rainfall over parts of Harrisburg toward High Spire. And then on the border of Perry County and Cumberland County, also seeing this very heavy area of rain and extending back through areas like Willow Hill, Letterkenny, north of Chambersburg. So again, as we zoom out, this is the line that we're watching. It's kind of being fed by all the moisture we have in the air right now. You would have thought earlier a lot of that was rained out, but no, this continues to feed on itself, and a healthy amount of lightning out there too. Elliotsburg, Wormleysburg, now our top sites for rainfall for the entire total for the day, over 1.5 inches. Mifflintown at over 1 inch. The same with Camp Hill. We just keep moving forward with more and more rainfall. And also, look at this. We do have flash flood advisories for creeks, streams, and roadways from Schuylkill County, Berks County, all the way through Lebanon, Dauphin, Perry, and Juniata. So, again, if you remember where that line was, it's all throughout this line of storms. And, again, it's going to slowly sink south. And I expect those flood warning or flood advisories to be extended farther to the south as well. So the warm front is really causing all these issues here tonight, but the cold front will trigger showers and storms again tomorrow. So if we see a little bit of clearing like this model is showing, there's a chance to see more showers and storms approaching the afternoon hours into the evening tomorrow. But finally on Sunday, that is the dry day in the forecast, 82 degrees. If you have plans on Sunday, really no weather worries. Tomorrow, again, some heavy rain is possible. I do not think it will be as widespread as what we're seeing right now, Mike, but all bets are off this summer. It has been a very, very tough season to forecast rainfall. It just comes down, cats and dogs and buckets, whatever phrase you want to use. It just continues out there.
And it's not folks who live right along the river, right along some of the bigger creeks. It's those little tributaries. That's what I understand is just they're washing over roads and things
exactly.
every time.
Yeah, they can't handle. They get swollen so quickly and nowhere to go. It's got to go somewhere.
Well, we'll try to make the most of the weekend. Thank you, Dan.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, Dan, some of the images coming out of Texas are just unfathomable.
Yeah, it's disturbing in a way to seeing how much rainfall and the rescue efforts that are taking place, seeing roads just inundated with water and boats just taking people to safety.
Was it 2 feet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some places 2 feet of water. Rain continues to fall in some places, and we've been sitting here dry. It's just been two different worlds, really. You know, we've had a really nice weekend, a lot of sunshine, but of course a lot of rain to the south of us, and we'll get a nice sunset out of today too. We just have a kind of a milky sky out there as high and mid-level clouds have moved in, but that doesn't mean rainfall as of yet. In fact, tomorrow things are looking better in our forecast for more sunshine and a similar day to today. Now there may be more clouds late in the day, and that kind of gets us to the middle of the week. There is the potential of a tropical storm on the East Coast. So unrelated to Harvey, we could be seeing a little bit more activity here just east of the Carolinas blossoming into a tropical storm, and then not as much rain here in general. I mean, I still think a lot of the rainfall from whatever develops stays to the east of us. So that's good news. We've had our fair share of flash flooding and heavy rains here this summer, so we really don't need to see more of that. In the meantime, a live view from Hershey looking at the Hotel Hershey up top on the hill there, and again, a very nice evening to be out and about. Current temperatures are close to daytime highs for some of us, but others got close to 80 degrees. We're still in the middle 70s in Lebanon. Biglerville, 74 degrees. They were at 79 earlier. Again, middle to upper 70s has been the norm here recently. And you look across the map, the coolest spot, State College at 70 degrees. I think we have more low 50s coming our way for tonight, maybe even some upper 40s once again to the north. There have been clouds forming during the afternoon, but these really aren't providing much to dim the sunlight outside here late in the day. So again, we sit high and dry, high pressure overhead. It's keeping Harvey to the south. Winds around Harvey still 40 miles per hour. This is still officially a tropical storm, and it's just not moving. We've been showing this map over and over again, and the position has hardly changed. This area right here is the big trouble spot right around Houston. This area of yellow, red, and orange that keeps repeating over and over again. That's the flooding rainfall. Now, to the east of this, over parts of Florida, that's where this heavy rain is now becoming something else. So this is unrelated to Harvey. This could become Irma in the next couple of days. The National Hurricane Center is watching this system closely, and this is the latest forecast. They do have it positioned to become a tropical storm just off the South Carolina coastline, close to the North Carolina coastline, and then it zips out to sea. But this could easily change. We are awfully close to this the Delmarva Peninsula is right on the edge of the cone, the forecast cone, meaning that it could shift a little bit farther west. So we'll wait and see about that. In the meantime, the rainfall forecast, this is almost nonsense to me, meaning I can't make sense of this at this point. We already have 15 to 20 inches of rainfall, and this model in particular continues to show the potential of 20 more inches of rain around the Houston area and places just to the south. So just incredible stuff coming from down there. In the meantime, as I mentioned, we watch the coastline. The East Coast could be seeing what could be Irma over the next couple of days. The bulk of the rain then heads east of us by Wednesday and Thursday. Our active 7-day forecast, yes, it continues here as Thursday looks to be the warmest, but right now we're keeping things sunny into next weekend. There could be some cloud cover coming through, but at this point I'm going to try to hold on to a very nice weekend once again next week.
All right.
After one of the warmest Octobers on record, who could have seen this coming, right? November starting out with a bang here for us, and a lot of snow, 1 inch or 2 inches of wet, really compacting type snow on the grassy and cold surfaces out there. This from our very own Eric Finkenbinder taken outside of his front door, and you can see the snow really piling up here in Perry County, and he makes a great point as we're now getting closer to temperatures near 32 degrees overnight. We are talking about more of this snow accumulating on the roads, sidewalks, so be careful here this evening. Some of that already happening in northern Dauphin County and Perry County. This in Halifax, sent us from Mona just a little bit ago on our ABC 27 weather Facebook page, but you can see here a slushy accumulation on the roadways. Take your time here this evening if you're traveling north on your way home, or if you know someone traveling north, give them a heads up that they're running into more snow than you may be seeing farther to the south. So here's the picture. Snow's been mainly north and northwest of Harrisburg, but even some places in between along parts of 81, northern 83, likely seeing a little bit of that snowfall too. Now here's the good news for the evening. A lot of the heaviest precipitation moving out, dry air coming in from the northwest and the west, and eventually that dry air helps us out tomorrow to clear out and slowly starting to erode away some of this mixed precipitation, but snow most likely over Mifflin and Juniata counties currently into Perry, northern Dauphin. We can see some of those areas of grays and whites. It's been a while since we've been able to show you snow on radar. So again, the whites and the grays that you're seeing, light to heavy snow out there. One area in particular seeing some of the brighter white colors, this part of northern Lebanon, northern Dauphin County, likely still some heavy wet snowflakes. That's where we're seeing reports of 1 to 2 inches of this very wet, heavy snow. Then in between these dark blues, yellows, and oranges, maybe some areas of sleet and heavy rain mixed together. So even if you're not seeing the snow, you're not out of the woods from seeing some sleet and some heavy rain. And then finally, plain rain showers likely into parts of York and Lancaster County. There is the area that I'm most concerned about with heavy rain into parts in northern Dauphin, northern Lebanon counties. Some breaks here over Adams and Franklin counties as well that we're following. So through the evening hours, the precipitation shuts off west to east, mainly rain, some sleet, wet snowflakes coming through. Then through 10 o'clock, that's when we start to dry out a little bit overnight, and some clearing skies for the second half of tomorrow, but temperatures only in the 40s. So here tonight or the next couple of hours, we're staying in the middle 30s, and that could lead to some isolated problems with ice. But check out this forecast. Again, things will improve overnight after 10 o'clock. Then this dry air comes in from the north. So high pressure sneaking in again. That's what led to the cool air to start off this morning. We see this exact same forecast tomorrow morning. This time around, though, the precipitation should stay off to our south through Thursday, and we'll be looking at more sunshine during the day on Thursday as well. Here's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures tomorrow only around 48 degrees, back to the 50s briefly, but an Arctic front arrives by Friday. Highs in the 40s, lows into Saturday morning in the 20s. More on these weather updates coming up. Flora and Val, back to you.
All right. So